was another bright morning at Sunnyvale Farm. The birds were singing, the sun was shining, and everyone had a job to do. Everyone, that is, except Dodo the donkey. He was supposed to be helping carry apples to the barn, but right now he was much more interested in chewing his hay and watching the clouds float by. His best friend, Koko the bird, fluttered down and landed on the fence post beside him. "Dodo, Farmer Ben said we have to carry all those apples to the barn before noon," she chirped, pointing her wing towards a huge pile of baskets overflowing with shiny red apples. Dodo just grinned, a piece of hay dangling from his mouth. "Relax, Koko, what's the rush? The apples can walk there themselves." Someday, Koko puffed out her chest. "You can't be lazy forever, Dodo. This is an important job." But Dodo wasn't listening. He was too busy watching the other animals finish their chores and head off to rest in the shade. That's when an idea popped into his head. It wasn't a good idea. It wasn't a smart idea. It was a not-so-honest one. Dodo looked around, making sure no one was watching. Then, as quietly as a big donkey can, he started to move the apple baskets. But he wasn't taking them to the barn. Oh no! He tiptoed over to a big, leafy bush at the edge of the field and carefully hid half of the baskets behind it. He whispered to himself, "There. If I hide some of these, Farmer Ben will think I've already carried them all. He'll see the pile is smaller and tell me I'm finished. Then I'll get to rest and eat my favorite carrot pie." He dusted off his hooves, feeling very clever. But little did he know, honesty always has a way of showing itself, especially when you have a friend as observant as Koko. Koko flew down from her perch, her little head tilted. "Dodo, where did the other apples go? The pile is much smaller." Dodo jumped, startled. He quickly tried to look innocent. Maybe they rolled away," he said with a nervous laugh. Koko squinted. "Rolled uphill, in slow motion." "That's a new one, Dodo." Dodo's ears drooped a little. He knew Koko was too smart to believe him. But Koko didn't argue. She just shook her head. Sometimes the best way for a friend to learn a lesson is to let them discover the truth the hard way. Meanwhile, Farmer Ben loaded the remaining baskets onto his cart and headed off to the town market. When he arrived, he set up his stall, ready to sell the delicious Sunnyvale apples. But as he started unpacking, he frowned. Where are the rest of the baskets? I thought Dodo carried all the apples. Now I don't have enough to sell for the town fair." He looked worried. The money from the apples was meant to buy new seeds for the farm. Back at Sunnyvale, the bright blue sky began to fill with grey clouds. And as the weather turned gloomy, so did Dodo's mood. He hadn't gotten his carrot pie. In fact, Farmer Ben had rushed off so quickly that Dodo didn't get any praise at all. Koko flew over and landed gently on his back. "See, Dodo, one little lie has caused a big problem. Farmer Ben is at the market right now without enough apples." Dodo let out a long, sad sigh. "I didn't mean to cause trouble. I just wanted to rest for a little while." "Resting is fine. Dodo," Koko said softly. "But lying isn't. Now, we have to fix this. We have to get those apples to the market before Farmer Ben realizes what you did." A sense of urgency washed over Dodo. He couldn't let his laziness ruin things for Farmer Ben. With a determined snort, he galloped toward the leafy bush. He began pulling out the hidden baskets, his hoofs working faster than they ever had before. He was in such a hurry that he didn't see a stray root on the ground. His feet went out from under him, and he tripped, tumbled, and landed headfirst right in a pile of spilled apples. Koko, watching from a nearby tree branch, laughed so hard she almost fell off. Dodo sat up, covered in leaves, and with an apple balanced perfectly on his head. "Well," he mumbled, spitting out a leaf, "at least I found them all. With my face," Koko giggled. "Good job, Applehead. Now, let's get these to the market before sunset." With a new sense of purpose, Dodo loaded every single basket. It was hard work, much harder than it would have been if he'd just done it right the first time. But with Koko flying ahead and cheering him on, he carried every last apple, this time for real. They arrived at the market just as the sun was beginning to set. Farmer Ben's face lit up when he saw them. "Dodo, you brought the rest of the apples. What happened?" "I thought they were lost." Dodo's ears drooped. He knew this was the moment of truth. He took a deep breath. I hid them earlier," he said nervously, not looking Farmer Ben in the eye. "I'm sorry, Farmer Ben. I was being lazy. But when I heard you were in trouble, I knew I had to make it right. I didn't want you to lose out because of me." He finally looked up, expecting Farmer Ben to be angry. But instead, the farmer was smiling. "That was very brave of you to tell me the truth, Dodo. Everyone makes mistakes. But admitting it and fixing it, that's what makes you strong." Koko puffed out her chest proudly. "See, Dodo, I told you. Honesty is much lighter to carry than a lie." To Dodo's surprise, Farmer Ben wasn't cross at all. He reached into his cart and pulled out a special treat. "Because you were honest and fixed your mistake, you've both earned this." He gave Dodo a big slice of carrot pie and Koko a little bowl filled with sunflower seeds. Dodo took a huge, happy bite. Honesty tastes delicious," he mumbled through a full mouth. Koko laughed. "That's not honesty, Dodo. That's pie." The whole market square seemed to fill with their laughter, shining brighter than the morning sun ever did. As the sun finally dipped below the horizon, painting the sky in shades of orange and purple, Dodo and Koko sat together on a haystack, watching the first fireflies of the evening begin to dance. Koko nudged him with her wing. "So, Dodo, what did we learn today?" Dodo chewed thoughtfully on a final crumb of pie. "That lying just makes you do the work twice, and telling the truth makes pie possible." Koko giggled. "Close enough, Dodo, close enough." And so ended another day at Sunnyvale Farmer Place, where every mistake became a lesson, and every truth made a heart just a little bit stronger. Always remember, telling the truth, even when it's hard, is the best path. It builds trust and makes friendships like Dodo and Koko's truly special. Thanks for watching with us today. If you enjoyed Dodo's story, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more adventures from Sunnyvale Farm. See you next time.